When we're going to try and find the perimeter of a square or a rectangle, the perimeter is just the length around the outside. So for example, if we have this square here, it's a square, we can tell because all the sides are the same length as marked like that. Let's say that one side is 4 centimetres. So the length of one side is 4 centimetres. To find the perimeter, we need to go all the way around the shape. So across this side is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So the perimeter will be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So that'll be 16 centimetres in length. Or we could write that more simply to say the perimeter will be just 4 times 4. Or in general, the perimeter is equal to 4 times the length of one side. If we take a rectangle, this side length is the same as this one, and this one is the same as this one. So that's how we show that. So for example, if the length of this side is 2 centimetres and the length of this side is 3 centimetres, then if we're going around the perimeter, we go around the whole shape. So we go along 3 centimetres, plus another 2 centimetres, plus another 3 centimetres on this side, and then plus another 2 centimetres along the top. So that will give us a total of 10 centimetres. But if we look at it in a general rule, we have got 2 lots of each of the sides. So we've got 2 lots of 3, and we've also got 2 lots of 2. Now, 3 is the length of the side, and 2 is the width of the rectangle. So a general formula could be to say that to find the perimeter of a rectangle, we do 2 lots of the length plus 2 lots of the width. If we're trying to find the area of a shape, any two-dimensional shape, we just need to know how many squares it takes to fill it. So let's say that this particular square is 3 centimetres in length, and therefore it would also be 3 centimetres. All the sides will be 3 centimetres. If we drew on the squares, there'll be 3 centimetres there, by 3 centimetres there, and if we add them all together, there will be 9 centimetre squares altogether. Now, rather than having to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 each time, we can take a shortcut and we can just literally say, well, we've got 3 rows and each of them have got 3 in, so therefore that's how we're going to work out our area. So 3 times 3 is 9, or we could say that it's 3 squared is equal to 9, and so the area of a square is just simply the length of the side squared. If we're now going to look at a rectangle, we might say that there are 2 centimetres along here, and there are 5 centimetres along here, and then we can draw in and start to count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so the area would be 10 square centimetres. Now you may not want to count each time, you can take a shortcut because the squares fit perfectly into the corners of the shape. So we have 2 rows and each of them has got 5 squares in, and so that will give us our 10 centimetre squares. And so to find the area of a rectangle, all we need to do is to take the 2 dimensions, which is the width and the length, and multiply them together. So the area of a rectangle is just length times width. And these are just shortcut formulas that we can use rather than having to go through the counting squares scenario. But that's really all we're doing. Now we can work backwards. When we're given the perimeter, we can actually find out what the side length would be of a square. If the perimeter is 36 metres, we know that all those 4 sides are the same. So the perimeter is equal just to 4 times the length of the side. So we took the length of the side, we multiplied by 4, and we ended up with the perimeter. So now we're trying to work backwards. We know the perimeter. How do we find the length of the side? We do the opposite of timesing by 4. We have to divide by 4 to find the length of the side. So in this case, we're going to do 36 metres divided by 4, and that's going to give us a length of side of 9 centimetres. So each of the length of the sides is 9 centimetres. In this scenario, we have a rectangle. We're told one side is 10 metres and the perimeter is 30 metres. If one side is 10 metres, we know the other side must also be 10 metres. If to use the formula to find the perimeter was 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And so in order to make our 30 metres, so our 30 metres altogether was 2 times 10 plus 2 times our width. So we're trying to find the width. So 30 is equal to 20 plus 2 times the width. So if we're going to try to find 2 times the width, so 2 times the width was plus 20 to make 30, and so therefore, if we want to go backwards, 2 times the width is going to be minus 20 to get 2 times the width. 30 minus 20 is 10. So 2 times the width is equal to 10 metres, and therefore to find 1 times the width we divide both sides by 2. So the width is equal to 5 metres. In this case we want to find the length of one side of the square given the area. The area for a square is just the length times the length, or length squared. So in this case we're told that the area is equal to the length squared, and 25 is the length squared. So the length must have been squared to find 25, the area. So working backwards through this problem, the opposite of squaring something is square rooting it. So to find the length, we'll just have to find the square root of 25. The square root of 25 is asking the question, what times by itself makes 25, and that will be 5. So the length of one side is 5 metres. In this example here, we're trying to find the length of one side given the width and the area. And in fact, actually, what we've got here is we've been given to try and find the width of a rectangle given the length and the area. So each of those ones is interchangeable. So here we've got the width, we're trying to find that. Now the formula to find the area of a rectangle, the area, is the length times the width. So we've got the area, which is 40 square metres, is equal to the length 8 times W. And so W has been times by 8 to get the area, so now we have to divide by 8 in order to work out what the width is. So divide both sides by 8, and the width will be 40 divided by 8, which is 5 metres.